Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We are going to talk today about Fiance Visa and if you can bring your children to the United States when you get your Fiance Visa. So let's give people a couple more minutes to join us because it's early in the morning. Some people need coffee, right? Good morning, everyone. So we are live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And as usual, if you have immigration questions, please post them in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to address your questions. Let's try not to answer questions today about the visa lottery. And if I have time, I will address them. If I'm going to focus on other things today. So let's talk about Fiance Visa. When is the Fiance Visa a good option? When is it not a good option? And what is the process? Generally speaking, if, okay, you are a foreign national and you are in a relationship with a US citizen and you met in person at least once, then your US citizen fiance can file a fiance petition for you, which means they can ask the federal government to give you a fiance visa to come to the United States so you guys can get married. All right. So generally speaking, that is what fiance visa is. All right. Now, you may already, doesn't mean that you have to be 20 years old, doesn't mean you never have to be married before, none of that. So it also means that you might already have children. Okay. If your foreign national children are already in existence prior to you getting the fiance visa, when your US citizen petitioner, when they are filing the visa application for you, the petition, they can include your children. So that means your children can come to the United States at the same time as you. So that is all great. So for those of you who are joining us late, I am immigration attorney, immigration lawyer Connie Kaplan in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We help immigrants everywhere make the United States their permanent home. So right now we have cases in about 47 states. So thank you all for trusting us with your lives. We believe in that significantly. So thank you for that. Uh, my entire team actually is formed of immigrants. We all have been in the process and we all understand what your goals are and what you're going through. However, there are no two cases that are identical. Okay. So for those of you, for example, this gentleman from Yemen, he's 23 years old. I'm living in South Africa. What's a good option for my case? First, you do not have a case. Second, if you are from Yemen, certain options are available to you. If you are living in South Africa, what your options are depend on your status in South Africa. You may be from Yemen, but also have South African citizenship. Generally speaking, there are 5 ways to come permanently to the United States. And I'm going to go over that really fast. But really, go over our other TikToks because I described this in detail in quite a few of them. Okay, so 5 options. There are more than 5, just so you guys know, but 5 are the most common ones. All right. 1, if you are already in the United States, then you can apply for asylum. If you're not in the United States, you cannot apply for asylum. If you have double citizenship, your asylum case will likely be denied anyway. That being said, that is only one and only applies to you if you are already in the United States. If you are outside the United States, all right, then you can apply for the visa lottery when it opens. It generally opens every year in October. We do expect that to open this year again, but I'm not going to discuss it. I'm actually sick and tired of talking about the green card lottery. So I'm not going to talk about it. Then we have 3 other options. Depends on your financial situation. You can apply for an investor visa. Under that visa, you would have to show that you are going to open a good business in the United States that will create jobs for American workers. And then you have the most common two options. One of them is through employment, and the other one is through family. So if you are immigrating to the United States on a family petition, you need to have a US citizen to petition for you and your family, or in very limited circumstances, permanent residents who can petition for spouses and children only. Okay, so that is on the family side. On the employment side, very, very few people will be eligible to self-petition. Those are people with very advanced degrees who are at the top of their careers and in their fields. And then we have considered unskilled workers. And for unskilled workers, obviously between them, there are quite a few categories. And for the unskilled worker category, you have to have an employer who is going to petition for you. Everything in between, outside those people at the top of their field, will need to find a job in the United States, and they need to come to the United States. All right. So let's go over some of your questions before I go back to my regular topic. All right. So for Brave, because you are only Yemeni passport, yes, your options are only limited to whatever the 5 options I just discussed. Just Yemeni passport. I have a Ghana passport. I want to come to the US. Passport is the first step in the process. This is what you guys need to remember. Having a passport allows you to apply for a visa, but you have to have an option for that visa, right? So I just discussed permanent options. So let's focus a little bit on temporary ones. To come here temporarily, you can come as a student. You have to show that you have the money to pay for the school and to support yourself the entire time that you are going to be here in school. And you also have to show that you have so many ties back home to your home country that it is more likely than not that you are going to return back home and you're not going to remain in the United States. So that is for students. The same thing applies for employment-based visas, for which you need, even if it's a work permit, you need to have an employer who can petition for you. Okay, so having a passport is one thing. Second, seriously look into how you can get your education to a certain level, that you get some equivalency to a US degree to be able to obtain employment in the United States. And that's specifically valid if you do not have, oh, I lost connection. Oh, let's see. It says that I lost connection, so I'm hoping I'm back. All right, so let's hope so. All right, good. Can you guys still hear me? It says that I lost connection. Hopefully I didn't. Let's see. Yes, thank you. All right, good. Thanks for keeping me posted, guys. That's awesome. So I was still talking about being able to come here on a student visa, being able to come here on an employer sponsored visa. You need to find a school who is going to admit you. You have to show that you can pay, and then they are going to sponsor you for the student visa to come here and study. If you're looking for a temporary work permit to come here, work for a while, and then go back home, that is an option, as long as you find an employer who can petition for you. All right. I'm from India. Can I apply for visa lottery? Most likely not, but it changes every year. Countries that are eligible, people from countries that are eligible to apply, there is a separate list every single year. And the countries go in and out. What most people don't realize is like, well, I don't understand why Nigeria and India, it's always excluded. Frankly, the DV lottery, DV stands for diversity lottery. The government is looking for a diverse group of people to immigrate to the United States. And it is perceived, when they are excluding certain countries, it is perceived that people from those countries, we have received too many immigrants in the recent past, and so we are going to limit it for the near future. That doesn't mean it's not going to change, which is why I always say, please make sure you check that year's list. Also, it's not open right now. It opens in October, and I will let you guys know when that is. So don't get fooled by any other website, and don't go pay for this. It's free to apply for the green card lottery. After acquisition of US passport, how long can one file for his relative? It doesn't work like that. You do not acquire a US passport. You apply for naturalization, okay? And for that, you need to be a permanent resident first. You need to give me more information. Generally speaking, US citizens can apply for their relative the day after they become US citizens. How to speed up the process of getting green card visa if the brother has applied. There is no way to speed it up. You have to wait your turn. And it depends on your country. It could be, it really depends. Going to wait for that to happen, well, you're wasting 20 something years. Wouldn't it be more beneficial to you to speak to an immigration attorney to see if you have other options? That is not something for social media. That is something that you absolutely need to make an appointment with an immigration attorney, go over your entire situation, because it depends on so many factors what your options are. Okay. Most recently, we just spoke with a couple from India. Okay. And it turned out they were eligible for a national interest waiver. Okay, so they were able to self-petition for themselves. Now, it happens that one of them was very high-ranking physician with experience in heart valves. So that was very relatively qualifying. Okay, so we were able to petition to get that approved. That does not mean that it's an option that's available to you. Okay, it's no way to speed up almost anything in immigration. When they are starting to send confirmation papers for selected visa lottery, it is stuck in litigation. Last week, they announced that they have to start processing those and they have to start issuing them by the end of September. All of us immigration lawyers, we are wondering how the hell they're going to do that in a month, especially considering that the consulates are still closed. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball to tell you. I wish I did. Great. Thanks for telling me you guys can hear me. All right. Let's see. How can your firm expedite my case at the USCIS? Nobody can expedite your case at USCIS. Nobody. Okay? There is no way to do that. The way you do that is by making sure that before you apply, you hire a lawyer to do it for you, so you will not have mistakes and delays. That is the easiest way to making sure everything goes smooth in your case. Most people choose not to do that, then you have to deal with it. I had an appointment yesterday, but I wasn't called. Who was your appointment with? Emmerich, tell me, what appointment did you have? Where was it? Okay. And what was the appointment for? So give me more information so I can help you. How do we get an appointment with you? Best way really is call the number on one of our TikToks. The number is right there. We do not have WhatsApp. Okay. Or easiest really is to go through our link in bio. We have a Beacons page. Just go there, click on that, book your own consultation based on what time is the best for you. Okay. Great. So we are caught up on the answer. So let's get back to fiance visas and bringing your children to the United States. Remember, I've been telling you this for a long time. Okay. We are in a pandemic, guys. The consulates have been closed for about a year and a half. They did start to reopen in certain parts of the world, but there are very few that have reopened. And even from those that have reopened, only a few of them have restarted routine services, meaning all visas. Most of them are operating on a very limited basis. So they are issuing visas based on certain priorities that they have. And the priorities are very readily available on the internet if you guys want to look them up. So really is medical supply, food supply. So obviously people who can provide those kinds of services. And then they are going to process national interest waivers. They are going to process immigrant visas. So that is spouses and fiance visas. Tourist visas are nowhere on the list. It just does not happen. All right. Tourist visas are not there. So knowing that, okay, what are your best options to come to the United States the fastest? The best option is to have a US citizen petitioner file for you on a fiance visa, have your US citizen or permanent resident spouse petition for you. Those are your fastest options. However, nothing happens until you actually file an application. So you're wondering probably what application you can file. Well, here's the thing. You don't know what application to file. I don't know what application to file. Nobody, until you book an appointment and we talk to you. I don't know enough about your situation to be able to properly advise you. There is so much information that we need. And this is because I see most people right now are on TikTok rather than YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, following us and chatting with us. So we have so many TikToks right now, okay, that are actually addresses, okay, that actually addresses what we need to know, okay, before we tell you what the options are. So Emerick says, yeah, it says free case evaluation with the law offices of Connie Kaplan. Yeah, so what's the problem? That's my name. I actually say that all the time. So go for it. All right. All right. So I think I addressed enough questions for today. It's good to see you guys. And I will see you again, not Monday, because Monday it's a holiday in the United States. We have Labor Day. And I will see you guys Tuesday morning. Hope I was able to help. Some of your questions, and I was able to help at least one person today. Please, while you're not reading mine, either it didn't pop up on my screen, or if you sent me a message, I probably just didn't get to it. I do have many clients that I need to take care of. So frankly, as much as I love TikTok, it's not my priority. My clients are my top priority. Okay. So I will get to you hopefully as soon as I can. All right. If your question was vague and I cannot answer it, then I cannot answer it. Then you have to give me more information. Okay. So I don't even know what your question was. Hope you have a marvelous day and talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.